Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to make vodka sauce the Italian way. My wife over here gave me a nice recipe and she thought it would be great for her to share this with the rest of you all. So here we go. If you like a good vodka sauce, you're going to love this. Alright, well we're going to start off with 3 cans of crushed tomatoes. Alright, right over here we put it all in this sauce over here, this bowl. The next thing over here is the garlic. 5 cloves of garlic. You're gonna dice these slices whatever you like. Now, if you want, if you're a real garlic buff like me, you probably want a little bit more than this, but at least 5 cloves of garlic. So that's that. 1 stick of butter. I know what you're thinking about. You're thinking this is going to be a little fattening. Listen, you're going to do vodka sauce. You got to go all out. Okay, 1 stick of butter. Here it is. Next thing over here you're gonna have is the oil, right? You're gonna have to do the olive oil. 3/4 of a cup. Okay, you put this in a jar like this. Make sure you measure it. 3/4 of a cup. Next, the cup up. Oh, look at this. 1 cup of vodka. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I use Tito's. You can use whatever you want. Vodka, I heard that when it gets cooked, it all tastes the same anyway. So here's your vodka. Next thing we're going to do is the heavy cream. Yes, look at that. 1 quart of heavy cream. This thing is done, guys. Done. You put the whole thing in, you forget about it, it's over with. Okay? And then you got the 1/2 cup of parsley. Okay, here you go. You dice them all up, get it all done. This over here is the onions, and to be honest with you, it's 1 large onion. You peel it, you peel the skin away, you slice this up. Look how nice this looks. Next thing we're going to show you, once I take a shot of this vodka over here, is the next thing I'm going to show you is how to put this all together. So stay tuned. Thank you. All right, hey guys, so now I'm ready. So I just put the oil into the pot. As you can see, it's in there. I'm gonna put the flame on to a low. And very, very quickly, you need to do this very quickly because you cannot wait for the oil to get too hot. So you gotta put all the butter in, and then you gotta put all the onions in, all in 1 shot, even before the oil is hot. That's very important, okay? Just make sure everything is in when it's cold. And then put it to a light simmer. A very light simmer. And now we must wait. Okay? So, that's it. We're going to wait now. We're going to wait for the butter to melt. You see the butter, how it's blending in? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The butter's blending in with the onions. The oil now starts to take a little shape. All right, so as you notice over here, the butter's already melted in. You have your onions, you got your oil. The stove is in a low flame. Now, the tough part, you must wait. Has to be at a low flame. It's gonna take at least about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna shut this off now, and I'm gonna show you once the onions are cooked, but it must be in a low flame. Onions gotta cook first, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Go.
Hey guys, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Look what I got over here. Haha, red pepper flakes. Baby, everybody over here watching right now, okay? We all have to understand this is optional, but if you like a little kick, you put a little red pepper flakes, put the flavor in. Now, my family, we don't really like too much heat. I love heat. If it was me, I would be throwing this whole thing in there right now. But it's to your judgment. This is gonna make the ingredients and the spices go out right now. Now, it's very important to do it now. You don't do it later, you put it in now. So it blends in and heats up with the whole mixture.
You know, go.
All right, guys. We're back. All right, so this is like simmering now for about 10 minutes. As you can see, the butter Everything's all blended in, the flakes, everything. Now we have our cloves of garlic. It's time to put the garlic in. Put the whole thing in there like that. All the excess stuff. Throw it in. Okay. And just mix it around a little bit. And let it simmer for a little bit longer.
Go.
Okay guys, so next. See this over here? The onions are fully cooked. It's been around 20 minutes. It's been simmering for a little bit under a low flame. Remember, low flame. Now we're taking the good stuff, the vodka, and we're going to very gently just stir it into the sauce. Like this, you see it? Stir it in. As you can see right now, it's getting a little soupy, right? And we want to get rid of this soup. So once we pour everything in here, all right, now it's time to do the reduction or the reduce for the vodka. And what we need to do now is we need to do this is very important. You take the flame and you go like this. Now it's going very, very high flame. And the reason for this is the reduction. We want to reduce this to a bare minimum. So we're going to show you now what's going to take place. This is going to take a little bit of time, but as you can see, it's starting to boil. See, everything's starting to boil up. It's starting to cave in. This is good. This is what we want. The vodka is going to start getting into the vegetables, into the onions, all the different types of seasoning we put in. It's going to start blending in. And that's a very important part of this sauce.
Three.
Okay, so this is what reduction looks like. We're ready now. You see it? It's like, it's still a little soupy, but it bubbles, and most of the excess has now been reduced. So I think it's time now to start putting in the sauce. So as I mentioned earlier, 3 cans of crushed tomatoes. You see this over here? And we're going to now slowly put this in. Actually, a lot quicker, because if slowly, it's going to splatter all over the place. Here we go. You see? Done. Now, why don't we focus in on this pot a little bit over here? We got to stir it in, make sure it blends in nicely now. And we want to take the flame and we want to reduce it all the way down to low again. Remember, in the beginning I said, let's make it high to do the reduction. Now that the reduction is over, next thing to do now is to reduce it again, the flame, and make it simmer. And stir in the sauce like this. All the juices, everything, it all flows all together. It all ties in. Okay, we're gonna let this cook now for a little bit. I'll be back in a little bit to show you when to put in the cream. All right, so I just let this thing now simmer for about 20 minutes on a low flame, as I showed you before. It's simmering. You can see this is what it should look like, okay? Not boiling at all. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Look at this. Seasoning, all that stuff just drips out of the thing like that. Okay, now we're doing it. Now we're gonna put some cream here. But what's important to note though is this. If you want to like spicing this thing up a little bit, you put prosciutto, maybe some peas. Now's the time to do it. So if you're thinking about putting something additional onto your vodka sauce, now's the time. A lot of people like to put peas, but to be honest with you, my family, we don't really like peas too much. So we're just going to go with the regular cream. So now, you're going to blend this in until it turns pink. It must turn a nice little pink. So it's going very, very slowly in like that. See how it keeps stirring? Slowly blend it in. I don't want to make too much of a mess. Slowly, look at that. Look at that color. Alrighty, we're going to take away this cup over here. You just got to keep stirring it in. Let that cream blend in with the sauce. Oh, there's your color. Nice and pink. You see that? Okay, just make sure everything on the side over here, everything gets blended in nicely. And we're going to let this simmer now under low flame again. Okay, for another 20 minutes. So 20 more minutes after you just put the cream in. I'll see you again in a little bit.
Go.
Okay, I'm back. 20 minutes. It's going to look like this. You see it? Bubbling up with just a little bit. Nice little foam on the top. We're going to start putting some pepper on here. Now I have some grounded pepper. So it's about 10 twists. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we got to put a little salt. Ten turns of salt. And then remember the last ingredient, the parsley. Sprinkle that thing on there like that. Take a stir it all in. And then in the meantime over here, look what I got over here. I got a pot full of boiling water. We're gonna start making some pasta. And we're gonna start to show you how this all blends in.